sent me the script, and he didn't really tell me a lot about it. He just said it's this story. There's a cabin, and I read it, and it was combined two of my biggest nightmares: home invasion and the apocalypse. It stayed with me a long time, because I think it forces you to kind of put yourself in the situation and kind of think, what would you do? It's just deeply disturbing and pitched at, it's such a fever pitch of kind of conflict, and there was just so much going on, and all confined in this one space with kind of very few characters. So it was, I found it really, really powerful, really moving. I think he's an absolute genius in this genre and as a storyteller. I think you kind of develop this kind of second language, really. We kind of were on the same page, and his direction is just, he has this way of articulating notes in a way that kind of gets right to the heart of it, and he doesn't really have to say a lot for you to understand exactly what he wants. I love working with him. He's just so warm and really nurturing, just so, I think, just really brave, and like what we're seeing from him now is just some really bold storytelling. He kind of expects kind of absolute kind of perfection, and it's brilliant, because it really kind of forces you can never really sit back and relax. Even if you're in a scene and you're just sat in a chair in the background, he can see you, and you have to be in it, and it's I find it quite a thrilling way to work. The cabin is a perfect setting for something like this, because it's a place where it's just so isolated, anything really could happen, and you're so far away from kind of any help, so it just makes it even more kind of disturbing. There's this real, like, kind of manic kind of fear that comes with him, and he's a character who's also kind of in reform. He's obviously got a shady past, but I think where we find Redmond, he's actually kind of doing okay in life, and he's kind of in a good place, and suddenly he's hit with this huge kind of burden and decision to make. He's kind of very aggressive. He still has kind of a lot of anger that I think he's kind of struggling with, and we see that come out in lots of different ways. I love kind of big, bold characters like Redmond. There's so much to kind of play with. But it's, I guess the challenge with that is kind of finding the colours and finding kind of not pitching it as, because you could play him in so many ways, really. He could be just, the anger could be kind of the only thing you really kind of see, but there's other things going on there. Dave is amazing. He's got this just incredible presence. I mean, he's physically just this kind of mountain of a man, and just really sweet, and just a lovely guy. And he's got some huge, like, really, he really has the heavy lifting with the dialogue, and he's great. It's so deceptive. His kind of, you look at him and you think, he's this kind of big, kind of strong, quite intimidating looking guy, but he's just got this such gentle kind of nature